She loves coming here, and in fact she was very scared because she'd been going to the same daycare for several years, and we ended up having some problems there with, you know, I feel like they have zero customer service at a lot of the daycares. They think that they're doing you a favor, even though you're paying, you know, $400 a month plus for one kid for a couple hours a day. But there's just, we were having issues, and so we came here because this was the only other choice. We had no other options, and I was talking to Miss Diana the other day and telling her I actually didn't want to bring her here at first. I had a really bad misconception about what the Boys and Girls Club was. And Taylor's dad's in prison. He's in and out of prison all the time, and he's there again for quite some time. And I have tried really hard to create an environment for her that's not like that. I don't want her to be around other bad kids and bad situations. And for some reason, I thought that the Boys and Girls Club was catering to people like that because it's cheaper and state subsidized and everything. And so I begrudgingly signed her up because it was my only option. And so I was pleasantly surprised. And even though she's been coming here for like 6 months, I've been thrilled. Every single week, I just am happier and happier. It makes me kind of emotional just because I just can't believe the people in the staff, how they actually want to be at work. At other daycares, they don't want to be there. They're on their phones. They can't wait till they leave. And here, they love the kids. They love what they do. They are so helpful to them if they're having a bad day. My daughter deals with separation anxiety and missing her dad, and they a lot of the staff have been through their own hard things in their life, and they get it, but they also have great advice for them too, and they have a listening ear, and I can't be with her all the time, you know, as much as I wish I could. I just can't. I have to work, and it's just what it is. So it's nice to know when she's having hard days and she's going through things that there's people that she feels like she can totally open up to, and they make her feel so special here. Like, she loves all of them. She just goes on and on and on about them all the time, and she's like good friends with all of them, and she just has a blast. The one that comes to mind is the very first day Taylor came here. She was very nervous, and she's very social and friendly, but it was a new place. She had gone to the same daycare for years, and so she didn't want to come here. And so she was really sad, and she gets that separation anxiety sometimes just because of issues with her dad, and so she was really sad. She was kind of tearing up when I was leaving, and she just really didn't want to be here. She didn't know who to talk to and where to sit and what to do, and she still talks about it. There was Miss Ashley, and she moved out of state like a month or two ago, and she still cries and misses her because the very first day, I guess Miss Ashley pulled her aside, and she just made her feel so loved. And also I know that that day she was crying and said she missed her dad, and that's happened several times, and several of the staff members, they relate to her. They tell her, you know, she can have some space, and they don't just shove her in another room. They talk to her, and they allow her to express herself, and just give her a treat, you know. And so I don't know. It's very, very important to me that she deals with her emotional things while she's young, and works through it. And she has a safe space emotionally, and that's a huge thing for me. She did yoga here. She'd done yoga in a couple videos at home, kid yoga things, but she really loved doing yoga and meditation here, which is stuff that I tried to incorporate with her before, but I just don't have time to do it hardly ever. I forget. And she loves doing that. She says she got to meditate and relax, and she felt so good after. And I just thought, who does yoga? I thought it was the coolest thing ever. All the art that they do, like I came in one day last week, they had somebody doing beatboxing and like teaching them this robot stuff. They do karaoke times. Like every time I come, they're doing some new cool thing I never thought of, you know. And it just, I just don't have time to think of these things, you know. It's so cool. The other thing that I love about it is, again, I'm a single mom. You know, you come home and you get home at 7 p.m. and then you're supposed to be doing homework for 2 hours, and then it's time for bed, and you don't get to spend time with your kid. And whenever she was in daycare years before, they never helped with homework. They can't even, they don't even mandate time for homework, let alone they will not help you. And here she hardly ever has homework at home. It's been so nice. And I thought she was lying at first. She kept telling me she didn't have homework, and I was like, are you gonna like get F's on your report card or something? And Turns out she does it here. They set an hour aside. They help her. It's been crazy. I've told a few parents already that just think they can't afford daycare. I know even some moms, they want to get a job, but they can't because they can't afford the daycare to get the job. So for one, I think the cost is so great. The other thing that I wanted to mention too is they serve dinner here, which is absurd. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then they serve healthy food too. Remember one time I came and they had quinoa, and I just got my health coach certification, and I was like, most people don't even know what this is, you know. The kids don't always eat it, but you know, that's another such a big help. I can't even describe the fact that they get dinner. But I couldn't even pay for a place like this. Like I don't even know. It would just I don't know. If you could think of every little piece a dream piece you'd want in a daycare and somewhere for your kids to go, I think this is it.